sana maalala ko lang i-upload. Baka pag in-upload ko yung recorded video ko sa Friday, for the Friday class, maalala ko lang i-upload yung PDF nito. Nakalimutan ko talaga siya palagi. Medyo busy tayo. Sorry ha. I might look at my cell phone earlier kasi I have a post-surgical patient. Teacher na kasi clinician din. I'm a full practicing OBGYN. So, and a full practicing researcher as well. Tinatanong nga naman ko yung mentor ko sa research yung natutulog pa ako. Monte. yun ang price possession ko eh. Kaya pag Sunday as much as possible. Pero minsan Sunday, nagsischedule pa ako ng surgeries kasi doon ako mas makakapag-surgery na hindi nagmamadali kasi walang klase. Yan tawag dito sa OR. Tawag nila sa akin Sunday surgeon. Sunday surgery. Anyway, so at the end of the session, no, you as students should be able to discuss the pathophysiology in correlation with the mechanism of action. Remember, you will not understand if you will just purely memorize. You will not comprehend if you will just memorize. You need to understand and correlate. Huh? And then, definitely, it's mandatory that you should be able to classify the drug. Hindi ako nagtatanong ng classification, di ba? So, dapat sa akin mandatory yun, no? And then, this is pharmacology. So, you have to learn the pharmacodynamics and kinetics of the drug. Pag pharmacodynamics, you know what disease will be treated with this kind of drug, what contraindications and side effects it would have. Kinetics, para alam mo kung paano nyo gamitin, kailan ba ito, what would, dyan correlated ang drug interactions sa kinetics part, especially yung mga pharmacokinetic interactions. No? And then, clinical indications, they're not only used for depression, but they're also used for other diseases. And then, describe the drug interactions. These drugs have drug interactions because of common inhibition of the CYP, the microsomal enzymes. And then, I'm sure naman naman kung paano magiging exam, diba? I'll give you a scenario. Describe the disease and then tell me which drug is most appropriate or contraindicated based on the scenario. Or I'll give you a scenario and side effects, tell me what drug is taken. Diba ganon? Predictable na questions ko, diba? Kaya dapat madali lang sa inyo yung tanong ko, diba? Predictable siya, halos ganun lang naman siya. O sige, start ko tayo, ha? Depression is a common and serious mood disorder. Common, diba? Dami kong nakikita ang depression, no? Ngayon, no? Even before the pandemic, no? I usually advise a lot of students with depression. Pero hindi ako psychiatrist o OBGYN ako na. Sa baba, ako hindi ako dito sa taas. Okay? And then, it affects how one feels, behaves, and thinks. Yes, there is sadness, but this is the kind of sadness that is lingering. And because of the lingering sadness, you may become hopeless and lose pleasure on things that really give you satisfaction prior to depression. It is associated with chronic conditions, no? Like digestives, no? May irritable bowel syndrome, or chronic pain states, no? It would require long-term treatment. I'll explain later why. And then, there are 3 types of depression, the most common of which is major depressive disorder. So, when you're faced with a patient who has sadness, you have to differentiate it from plain sadness or depression. It is but natural that you get sad, diba? Alam ko, after the first release, nasa kayo, diba? Pero ngayon, mas okay na, no? Maganda yung sports mo, ganda siya eh. ako sa monitor ni sa rack. Wala ko nalungkot. Pero ngayon mas okay. Hindi ko lang kayang pangako kung ganito pa din sa podcast.
Hindi mga naka-30.
Hindi ko maintindihan. Minsan nalulungkot ako. Pag nag-lecture, para namang naintindihan. Pero pag nag-exam na pag-danos, kasi pag nag-review ako na pino-voice over ko, hindi naman kayo pwede mag-exam na naka-voice over ako. Walang pindutan yung paper, no? Okay? But definitely, with the good support group, you bounce back, right? But when you're depressed, it's something that cannot even be relieved by family support. Because it's a medical illness. So, I mentioned this already. The most common type is major depressive disorder. There are two other types, dysthymia and double depression. Dysthymia is a less severe form of depression, but it is also long-lasting. When you say double depression, initially the patient may be dysthymic only, then goes to full depression. And then thinking, less na yung depression niya, recovering na no. They don't recover. They just go back to dysthymia. This is double depression. Now, how do we diagnose? We use the diagnostic criteria of DSM-5. You must have at least 5 of the symptoms or enumerated there for at least 2 weeks. But out of the 5, one of which should be any of the 2 core symptoms. The first 2 are the core symptoms of depression. Pero definitely present naman talaga si anhedonia. Pero sa adolescents, iba ang presentation nila ng depression. They're irritable, moody, no? Depressed na pala yun, no? And then this one, loss of interest. And the rest, 3 or 4 out of this to complete the diagnosis of depression. But, sabi ko sa inyo, di ba, you have to differentiate depression from sadness. Pag sadness na, wala yung impairment ng daily living or functioning. Pero pag may impairment ng function, and the patient is really having significant distress, that's already, suspect already depression. Another, pull out side effects of drugs like depression could be a side effect of certain drugs, one of which is beta blockers. So, may explain natin bakit. Pag matagal na ka-beta blockers at matagal na ka-glucocorticoids, explain din natin yung mamaya. No? The patient, one of the side effects is depression. So, i-rule out mo yun. Kasi alam mo, kung may secondary cause, manage mo yung secondary cause. You also have to rule out psychotic disorders, particularly bipolar disorder. Si bipolar kasi alternating mania, hypomania. Baka naman akala mo depression, yung pala nasa hypomanic state siya. Magkaiba kasi yung treatment. Ha? So you need to differentiate. Okay? This is from DOH, no? So it's more common in women. According to their data, in a woman's lifetime, 10 to 20% of them may have severe depression as compared only to 5 to 10% of men. On the average, when is the initial age of depression? 20 is your age group. But this is not a hard and fast rule because a lot of children, no, we have young ones are also depressed, diba? So depression can happen from childhood to the elderly period or the geriatric age group. No? Who among the individuals who will be prone to depression? Those with no relationship. Pero relationship, hindi naman palaging boyfriend, girlfriend lang. Pwede yung relationship as a friend, di ba? Di ba? May gusto na nga ngayon daw, no? Nagbibigay isang romance, no? Alam niyo yun? Romance. Alam niyo yun? Wala ko hindi eh. Ano kayo, no? Gen Z kayo, di ba? Gen Z. No? And then, those who are separated and divorced, no? I have this, I will be giving, nandiyan tinapa, no? Pero talagang gusto niyo ba yung PDF format nito? Talagang gusto niyo lahat consistent, no? So, nandiyan yung risk factors, but it is more common in the older age group. Those with chronic neurological illnesses, no? Alam naman natin yung feeling. Bakit? Ano nangyayari during childbirth and menopause and andropause for men? Kasi there's a drop in the estrogen for postpartum and postmenopausal women. Sa men naman, drop in testosterone and the andropause. Pero kasi ang men, parang tagal na mag-andropause, no? Kasi big soda, age of 60 na kabibigay. So, 60 tagal ng andropause. Unlike sa women, ang average age of menopause for Filipino women is 47 to 51. No? Recent stressful events. So, explain natin bakit stress is nakaka-depress. Ha? And then, it could be genetic. It could run in the family because there's a problem with monomes. Anak, parang si Ryan. Baka ma-ER ka. Yung dulo ata ang okay. Kahapon na makapulo sa dulo. And those with comorbidities and substance abuse. Well, let's go now to the pathophysiology of depression. The oldest among the pathophysiology is the monoamine theory, which means if you lack, ano ba mga monoamines? Ano ba mga monoamines? Serotonin, dopamine, norepinephrine. If you lack these, this is associated with depression. Mamaya tayo sa explanation. Pero, kung monoamine deficiency lang yung problema mo, most of the drugs that we're giving for depression, actually lahat sila, ang goal nila is to either increase monoamine levels or increase monoamine activity on their receptor level. Kung gano'n lang ang problema, di ka dapat instantly you get the relief from the drugs. But no, it takes 2 to 4 weeks to get the onset of the drugs. Tagal. 6 to 8 weeks to get its full effect. So kung monoamine deficiency, in-address mo na yung deficiency, it should work instantly. But because of the slow effect, they looked at other theories. These are your neurotransmitter. These are the newer ones. Neuroendocrine, no, theory, no, and the neurotropic theory. Okay? Na tayo sa monoamine. Ayan, nabanggit ko na ha. The oldest theory, this is the reason why all of the drugs now discovered for depression are drugs that tend to increase monoamine concentration as well as activity. Pero sabi nga natin, ang bagay. So, baka naman may ibang theories involved. One theory, ito muna pala, sorry. When we talk about norepinephrine, when we talk about norepinephrine and its effect on mood, no, it is said that the projections from the locus coeruleus to the frontal cortex is said to be responsible for the regulatory actions of norepinephrine when we talk about mood. And what receptor is mainly important in the transduction of noradrenergic signals regulating mood in the postsynaptic regions. The receptor is beta-1. So beta-1 is the receptor that is important in transducing noradrenergic signals, no? In regulating mood in the postsynaptic region. Kaya di ba, sabi ko kanina, pag madagal ka naka-beta blocker, ibang beta blockers, all of them block beta-1. Ang beta-1 blocker, hindi lang naman yan exclusive sa heart at sa juxtaglomerular area, pati sa brain. Hence, this will now cause depression. How about serotonin? It is said that when you're deficient in serotonin, aside from depression, you are prone to have these other disorders. Okay. Let's go to the neurotransmitter glutamate. It is said that among depressed individuals, they found that glutamate is high, not just in serum, but the CSF. They found this in post-mortem analysis. And they also noted a reduction in the glutamate ratio, which means glutamine is low, glutamate is high, kaya yung ratio mababa. No? Okay? And when they induced stress on animals like the rodents, they found out that when there is stress, glutamate goes up. No? Glutamate goes up. No? They are released from the presynaptic molars. No? Kaya pag nasa-stress ka, yan ang mangyayari. No? To support this, nakakalimutan ka. Ang nangyayari, meron gusto nyo. Wala. To support this, no, there is a drug, no, that is said to relieve depression even in resistant cases. This is the analog of, this is a drug that is a non-competitive. Pag sabi non-competitive, reversible, irreversible. Ha? Reversible, irreversible. Irreversible. No? Non-competitive N-methyl D-aspartate. NMDA, hindi NMDA, ha? NMDA. It's an antagonist. And in post-mortem studies, no? Kasi in post-mortem studies, they found out there are a lot of NMDA receptors in depressed individuals. So when they give ketamine to individuals who are resistant to most antidepressants, no, they were found to have relief. Okay? Saan na nakikita yung number na increased number in NMDA receptors? Sa frontal and the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. So nakikita yung NMDA receptors sa frontal and dorsolateral prefrontal cortex. No? Question. Is ketamine a good agent for maintenance? No, correct. Why? Pag tinignan nyo ang mga drugs, konti lang talaga ang drugs made to alter glutamate. Why? Kahit pag nag-discuss tayo, ako rin kasi lecture sa anti-seizure. Kahit pag nag-discuss tayo ng anti-seizure, drugs that alter glutamate, no? Okay? Drugs that alter glutamate are usually associated with behavioral and psychotomimetic side effects. So it is not practical to give ketamine for maintenance because it's associated with dissociative, cognitive, and psychotomimetic properties. O nga, narinig siya sa depression, nakrung-krung naman siya. Diba? So, walang use, no? Another theory, nakakatatlo na tayo ha, monoamine, neurotransmitter glutamate, neurotropic hypothesis. It is said that depression has been found to be associated with loss of neurons in the stress region of the brain. Alam niyo bang nasa ng stress region ng brain? Hippocampal area. Depression was noted to be associated with loss of neurons in that area. The reason why there's loss of neurons is because of the loss of neurotropic support. Ano ba ang importance ng neurotropic support? Like BDNF. They promote neurogenesis by promoting neuronal growth. They promote neural plasticity by promoting synaptic connectivity. Ano ba ang importance ng neural plasticity? This is important for cognition and learning. Dapat may neural plasticity para magkakaroon ka ng synaptic connectivity. No? Para yung information na process sa brain mo. Sana yun ang meron tayo ngayon, ha? Sana mataas ang neural plasticity mo yun, no? Resilience. They also promote resilience. That's why human beings are able to still move on and go on despite of adversities and difficulties. Parang sa FQ lang yan, di ba? Ad astra astera. Sabi ng isang estudyante, bagay na bagay daw yung motto dito. Mahirap daw kasi dito. No? Isang pamangkin na mag-enroll dito, mahirap daw, sabi ng mga kaklase. Nasang nalumot ako, sabi pa naman ng pamangkin ko, sabi ng mga kaklase ko, isa daw ko, isa mahirap mag-enroll. Pero ano ako talaga? No? Anyway, yan. So, important siya. So, ano ngayon ang problema pag may depression? With this depression, they noted that BDNF is decreased. Ano ba ang importance ni BDNF? Aside from promoting neuronal survival, it promotes neuronal growth through the activation of the tyrosine kinase receptor B. So, ang problema mo, pag bumaba si BDNF, bababa si tyrosine kinase receptor B, this will go down. Hence, this will now reduce the growth of neurons as well as the survival. Ha? Okay? Sabi kasi nila, no, with BDNF in animal models, they found if there's increased BDNF, they found consistent increase in neurogenesis. Isa pang problema, there are individuals whose BDNF are related. Ito ang mahirap i-treat. No? Individuals with depression due to BDNF mutations are hard to treat. They don't respond well, sila yung refractory to conventional antidepressants. So, ganito lang na. No? When there is a signal transduction coming from the monoamine receptors, again, when the signal transduction comes from the monoamine receptors, no, in the target gene for BDNF gene expression will increase. Ganon sila correlated ni monoamines. No? So when BDNF gene increases, no, it maintains the viability of the neurons. No? The neurons will become viable. No? Okay? Yan. Hence, yan. This will promote neurogenesis, neuronal growth, neural plasticity, and resilience. But, when the monoamines are deficient or in times of stress, what will happen? The gene for BDNF is no longer expressed. So what will happen to BDNF synthesis? What will happen to BDNF synthesis? It will go down. It will be no longer synthesized in appropriate amounts. So if you have lower BDNF, particularly in stress, kasi pag na-stress ka, this will reduce the expression of your BDNF gene. Pag na-reduce yung expression of BDNF gene, you will now lose BDNF. What will now happen to the cell? The cell nothing will maintain neuronal growth kasi di ma-activate si tyrosine kinase B, right? The cell will now undergo atrophy and apoptosis, which you all know as neuronal suicide. This is a problem. If your patient has a long-lasting depression, hindi siya na-treat, hindi naman nagtatingin. Long-lasting depression, it is what? Synonymous to long-lasting lowering in BDNF levels. What will now happen to the volume of neurons in the hippocampal area? Lower. The longer the volume of neurons in the hippocampal area is low, the longer it is, no? Ganon, the harder it is to treat the depression. Ha? Remember, ang neurons hindi yan halos nag-regenerate once it dies. No? Kaya, dapat pagka talagang feeling mo may depression ka, mas maganda magpatingin ka agad. If treatment is necessary. Kaya, pag tinignan mo raw yung neuroimaging, nagpa-MRI ka ng brain ng isang individual na palagi nagkakaroon na recurrent depression, mas mag-isip yung volume ng hippocampal area nila. No? O neuroendocrine. No? Cortisol, elevated cortisol is said to cause depression. How? Ganito rin yan eh. Hindi lang cortisol actually, yung buong hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, no? CRH, ACTH, cortisol. Pag yung mga yun, increase yung function, it tends to suppress BDNF gene transcription. Kaya halimbawa, matagal ka naka-glucocorticoids. Ano mga namang glucocorticoids, diba? Rheumatoid arthritis, diba? Mga autoimmune diseases. Depression could come because of that. Another, thyroid dysregulation. It is said that up to 25% of depressed women, depressed individuals, depressed individuals would have depression. Saan siya mas common? Hyperthyroid, hypothyroid. But they also noted elevations in thyroxine. Ano ba ang thyroxine? T4. They also noted elevations of thyroxine in depressed states. Para mas common siya sa clinical hypothyroidism. Other hormones. Nabanggit ko na, di ba? Estrogen. Sino sa nila yung mothers na menopausal na? Di ba? May mga di ba? Irritable. Kasi minsan madali mapaiyak. Di ba? You see, during the postpartum, during both the postpartum and postmenopausal period, estrogen tends to go down. Estrogen is an important hormone. Even testosterone, iba ang counterpart ng estrogen sa males, testosterone. These two hormones, for men and women, no? Testosterone and estrogen respectively, promotes neuroplasticity. They are excitatory to the brain. Di pa kaya tingin mo pag nag-menopause ka, nagiging makakalikot. Nabawasan na kasi neuroplasticity. Kaya in order for the brain to continuously work, find other sources that promotes neuroplasticity. To do that, you must continuously use the brain. Kaya hindi na ako umalis sa pagtuturo. Kaya lang naman ako nagturo dati kasi pag bago kang doktor, wala ka masyado ipa. Ngayon ako nini sa parents ko parang all my life. Parang 25 years na akong hinihingi sa kanila. So I tried to be independent. Nagturo ako na parang may extra income ako. Kahit walang pasyente. Umayos na yung practice ko. Akala ko alis na ako. Nadagdagan pa. Na-invite pa ako magturo sa ibang schools. Right now, hindi na ako susunod sa taas. I'm actually teaching in 3 schools already. Actually, sinanggihan ko na yung dalawa. Nakiusap lang sila. Kahit daw, hanggang sa makakuha na sila ng faculty na. Kaya yung ibang faculty bago, minsan ako conscious ako kasi pinapanood sila pa yung lecture. Para masama sila. Konti na lang kasi nagtuturo. Lahat ngayon ng mga nag-graduate ng doktor, gusto lahat kumita. Kasi pag malilimit talaga yung income mo pag nagturo ka. Like ito, di ba sabi lang, wala kaya gabi. Kaya mga pasyente nga, wala ako marunong sila makisama. Nanganganak sila pag natapos ko magturo o bago ko magturo. Minsan lang may nanganganak individual, pero pinapatapos ang nila ako ng lecture. ganyan lang, isama sila. Pero ako, hindi baligtad. Marami ako nakuha pasyente ng they tend to refer. Marami rin ako estudyante ng doktor. Niloloko nga ako yung doktor kasi it seems you have so many patients, but the paying quality of your patients is poor. Kasi pag doktor, hindi mo sisingilin. Pati nanay ng doktor, sa anak niya. Hindi mo sisingilin. Kaya dumami ang bag ko, dumami na yun. Minsan may isa akong time, tinatanong nila, yung lahat, underwear lang ang akin. Lahat puro yung saksi na binibigay. Pero I don't mind kasi it is flattering that your co-doctor is getting you as a doctor because it means they trust you. Ising na kayo. Pag nagkwento ako, ibig sabihin na nakikita na ako makakatulog. Pinipigilan ko siya makarating ng Russia. Nakarating siya ng Russia eh. Sige man lang ako sinama, no? Anyway, o yan. Kaya pagka ganyan, what we do is we try to give hormonal replacement therapy. Pero pag bibigay ng, didiscuss ni Dr. Bansalam, used to be my lecture, but that's been my lecture for 15 years, so binigay ko na sa kanya. Parang kahit nakapikita ko, alam ko na siya eh. Sa kung na mag-lecture nito. No? We try to give it, pero hindi ka basta left and right na bibigay ng hormones, may screening yan. You have to look for contraindications first before you start. Let's say, nabigay ka ng hormones na improve yung mood. Ibig sabihin, gawa lang na merong cause or andropause. Pero pag hindi nag-improve, MDD siya talaga. You need to give medications for MDD. Integrate na natin lahat. Integrate na natin lahat, ha? What did I tell you earlier? You have neuroendocrine causes. No? You have neurotransmitter causes, right? So, if an individual has been through a lot of stress, remember ano yung stress hormone natin? Cortisol. If an individual is going through a lot of stress, the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis will go up. Hyperfunctioning of the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis will give rise to increased cortisol that will now suppress BDNF gene transcription. Aside from that, when you undergo a lot of stress, glutamate is also increased. No? That will further aggravate the matter. And if the depression has been long-lasting, this is enough to decrease the volume of the stress region hippocampus. Ano naman ang role ni monoamines? It is said that if the monoamine receptors are chronically activated independently, they can increase BDNF transcription. One particular receptor is 5-HT1A receptors, which promotes gene transcription. Okay? Next is chronic activation of your monoamine receptors will also lower down or downregulate the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis function, thereby reducing cortisol. Nothing now will suppress the gene expression for BDNF. Is it clear? Look at this picture. Look at this picture. What do you see? Ano nakita niyo sa picture? Daming receptors, no? Nakita niyo? The reason for that is when there is, ano nga common theory for depression? Ano common theory for depression? Ha? Ano yung common theory for depression? Ano common theory? Wala na. Makadiscuss ko pala ng theories. Ano common theory for depression? The oldest. Itatanong ko yan sa quiz. Ayan, sinasabi ko na. Kung tatanong ko ng isang question sa quiz of theories, ano? monoamine theory. Di ba ano sabi sa monoamine theory?